Welcome to Business Class. I'm Steve Ekstrom from Learn Tourism, a nonprofit academy dedicated to advancing the tourism industry through innovative training and sustainable practices. Our mission? To empower travel professionals and communities with the knowledge they need to create meaningful, authentic, and sustainable tourism experiences. Ready to join us on this journey? Visit learntourism.org and start making a difference today.
My name is Lisa Bethea. I'm the Director of Destination Services for Visit Frisco.
How did you end up there?
Oh, wow. So I always like to say that I tripped and fell into this career. I was working in broadcast news for about 11 years, and I got bent out of shape about it just because it was taking more of an entertainment angle. And so I thought to myself, I passed hotels all the time. I wondered what happened in hotels. Like, how do they run? How are they managed? And so I remember passing by the Embassy Suites in Frisco one day. I walked in at 7 a.m. and by 4 p.m. I had a job at their front desk as one of their front desk associates. I kept reminding them, I have no idea what happens here or how it happens, but I'm happy to jump in and figure it out. And 2 weeks of working there at the front desk, they moved me up to front desk supervisor. And so from there, it was really just this unique way of progressing through a company. Every couple of weeks or months, they had something new for me to do. And I was like, great, I don't know what it is, but I'll try it. And so after being there for about 6 years and moving up to the sales side and working in convention services, I started to partner more with the Convention and Visitors Bureau in Frisco. Eventually, we earned our designation as a destination marketing organization, and they brought me on in 2013 to be a part of their team. And again, it was one of those things where it was trial by fire. But once they brought me in, I was able to hit the ground and just make it my own. So really make the most of the position and the most of the opportunity.
What's something you wish you knew back then or now?
That I could set my own goals, boundaries, limits, and again, make the position my own. I think I came in trying to be the person that was in the role before me. And I thought to me, that was what was going to be successful, making sure that I stayed the course and followed the layout that they had already prepared and put out there. But I quickly learned that from our client perspective, there's more that they needed. And when I started championing those needs, I became, in my opinion, even more successful. That was what more people were interested in, is me as a destination services offering. Yeah, I think it was really just learning to set my own pace.
Who do you look up to?
So many people. First and foremost, I look up to my parents because I think they instilled in me the tenacity that I have and the work ethic as well to keep trying new things and overall just to keep trying. And then for my professional perspective, our executive director, Marla Rowe, because she is such a dynamo in the industry and in our city as well. She's the sharpest person that I know and one of those people that has just so many different talents that you can tap into at any given time. So I appreciate having conversations with her about work, about not work. As a new mom, having conversations about that as well. I just find that she's a wealth of information and she's always willing to share.
What do you think is the greatest misconception people have about Frisco?
We are one of those cities that I think you can find something for yourself here. We're Sports City, USA. So if you're a sports fan, of course, there's that's here. Everything from the Dallas Cowboys to the Frisco Rough Riders. We have just about everything under the sun for the sports fanatic. But then if you look at Frisco and some of the demographics and dynamics here, we're also a city of fine arts and culture. When you think of music, we just earned our Texas Music Friendly designation from the state of Texas, and we try and incorporate live music into just about everything that we do. And again, from a fine arts perspective, we have some very talented artists here, and just about anywhere that you look in our cultural district, you can see the markings of that moniker too.
If you weren't in Frisco, where would you be?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know that I would be at a destination. I think I would probably still be back in a newsroom getting ready for the 5 p.m. newscast and probably not smiling as much. But I do think I probably would have stayed the course in broadcast news and figured out where that would have taken me eventually.
One of the things that I've heard from you so far is learning.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it sounds to me like you enjoy taking on those new challenges and learning from them. What is something you're looking to learn this year?
I'm looking to learn from my new team. So, moving into the role of a director of destination services, I was able to hire 2 new people to be a part of the Visit Frisco team. And one of the things that I look for when I'm hiring people are people that I perceive as being smarter than me or having a different skill set than me. And so I'm really looking forward to continuing to work with them, learning from them. They come in with a fresh set of eyes, fresh set of ideas. And we've done some events together so far. The information that they're able to interject into a conversation or the ideas that they're able to interject into an event, it's been so just breathtaking. It's been amazing and incredible for Frisco. And as we're able to hire more people and start to collaborate more with other partners throughout our city and other cities, I look forward to learning from all of them.
If there was something you could teach everybody in the destination space,
Mm-hmm.
what would it be?
How to set healthy boundaries for sure. I think being of service, we always have that expectation of ourselves that we cannot ever say no, or when we do say no, that it's perceived as a negative. And I would love to change that within our industry. It's not necessarily a negative. Nobody can do everything. And I think even the two of us sitting here, we can agree on that. There's a lot that you can do within 24 hours, but there's also a lot that you can't get to. So saying no or saying not now is 100% okay. And again, it's not a negative. There is a positive way to make sure that you're taking care of yourself and protecting what you need to do in your output for the day without making that feel like somebody else's issue or problem.
What has been your favorite travel experience so far?
Oh, you know what? Getting back from Tampa recently, I hadn't been to Tampa before. I loved the city, the culture, just the feeling. Every time I got into an Uber, it was a different person from a different background, and getting to hear and learn from them was incredible. But then I also walked away with the Destination Organization Leadership Award from Destinations International, and that's probably right now one of the pinnacles of my career. I think that's such an honor. They left me speechless whenever they called and let me know that I was one of the award recipients for 2024. And I still don't even know what to say about that. It was just an incredible experience overall.
What's something you wish more destination marketers knew about DI?
I wish they knew how much they could learn and how many different partners they could walk away from attending an event like that. The networking in and of itself is worth every penny that you spend, worth every minute that you spend there, because you're meeting people in the industry who have been in the industry, some for years and some who are new. But again, they're all coming to the table with ideas that you can still use, repurpose. And I think that's so incredibly beneficial in our industry. Nothing is necessarily new, but there are new ways to implement things. And I think that's what you learn from a group like that.
What's something about you that might surprise the people you work with?
The people that I work with laugh at me daily because of my affinity for Chick-fil-A. We have more than 400 incredible restaurants in Frisco, right? And I always gravitate towards Chick-fil-A. They laugh at me because I am a pen aficionado. I collect pens. I have more than 3,500, I'm sad to admit. And then what's the last thing they laugh at me about? Probably my food choices too. My favorite food groups are pancakes and popcorn. So I'm a simple person. Most of the time I'm an introvert, but I figured out how to code switch when I need to and present as an extrovert when I have to. But for the most part, after my day is done, I'm home and recharging and getting ready for the next day ahead.
So you and I both served on a committee for DI. Was it last year or the year before? The Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Committee. And you
Yes.
just mentioned the word code switch, or
Mm-hmm.
the phrase code switch.
Mm-hmm.
How does that play into your day-to-day work? And has that changed over the last few years?
It has changed over the last few years. I would say coming into hospitality in general, especially working in a hotel, being at the front desk and forward facing to the clients, I really felt the urge to present myself in a specific way. And it wasn't necessarily presenting myself, it was presenting the image the company wanted me to portray. Whether that was good, bad, or indifferent, it was just what I felt was the need to do at that time. And I think switching over to a DMO and a DMO like Visit Frisco and the team that's here, I don't feel the need to do that as much. I feel like my team accepts me for who I am, even my Chick-fil-A loving self, all the pins that I have on my desk, all of that. But they know what I bring to the table. They've taken the time to learn that over the years that I've been here. And my clients appreciate that too. They see that I'm not just me, not just Lisa. I could represent some of the clients that are coming through that door. So the ideas and the information that I have to offer are beneficial to the team.
something I'm hearing through this is authenticity.
Mhm.
And you can't cover up being. What was your favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject was math. And I go back to my affinity for pens. Because my teachers would always make us show our work, I got to use a different color pen on every step of the math problem. So when I tell you that I am a nerd, it is 100% true. I probably have 3 or 4 Excel spreadsheets on my desktop right now that are open. So that was what I was enjoyed, and the reason why I loved things like English and reading and getting to learn from different philosophers and things like that. But it was when I got to use my pens that really made me happy.
What is your favorite quote?
Ooh, my favorite quote. This one's from a movie, so I don't know where it originated, but the quote is, "There's no other way but this that makes the most of me, so I go this way."
I like that one.
Yeah, it really talks about enjoying the journey and not just the destination, but picking the path where you feel like you're going to grow the most instead of just picking the path of least resistance. I feel great about being able to talk about my industry, talk about myself, and talk about my team, because I'm so proud of them. Being able to build that team here for Visit Frisco and bring them into this industry of travel and tourism, I think that's incredible. For me, it just means that there are 2 new people that I'm introducing to a future, and hopefully they'll want to continue a future in this industry. And I'm excited for everybody else in the industry because they're incredible. And I think once they get out there and get their names out there and people get to meet them, the sky's the limit for them. They are amazing at what they do.
What do you think makes a good team?
Complementing each other, being able to collaborate at any given time, and wanting to have that passion for not just the team, but the overall vision. And so the team that I was able to build, and it's just 2 individuals and myself, we all have different skill sets that we bring to the table. And we don't feel like we have to be inauthentic with each other. They came to the interview as their genuine self, and that's what I hired them to be. And nobody feels like they have to put forth this contrived notion of themselves. They just get to be who they are. And they are, like I said, 100% incredible individuals. And they're learning at a fast pace, they're growing at a fast pace. And when I tell you that they're the future of not just Visit Frisco, but the industry, I 100% mean it. How long have you been in the industry?
A long time. I
Dot,
was
dot, dot.
exactly. I was at DI a couple weeks ago in Tampa, and I walked up to someone. I'm like, we have known each other almost 25 years.
Wow.
So I actually started in the supplier activities, things to do, places to go, where to eat. I
Yeah.
started in that side, and then I worked with destinations all over North America for quite a while before getting into the education space.
Mhm.
To say it's been 25 years is not an overestimate. I had hair and it was brown and it was cute. I don't have
You
hair.
tell me
It
a
is
little bit
more
about my
brown.
future. Should I worry?
I hope you're not going to go bald.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and you
In
know what's
25 years, what's the thing that you most remember?
oh gosh, the thing that strikes me as being of greatest value
Hmm.
are the friendships. One is that they're genuine and we'd like to see each other succeed.
Absolutely.
Uh, there was somebody who was a sales coordinator when we first met 20 something years ago, who's now a senior VP at one of the largest destinations in the country. And
Yeah.
uh, we've tracked each other along the way. The other thing with friendships is that people want to be helpful and people
Hmm.
want to be kind. And there is not a single person that I have met in this industry who, if you have a question, will say, ask somebody else. Every single person that I've met will take the time to help somebody else learn. And that's reflective of one of my favorite quotes, and that's Robert Heinlein, who wrote, "When one teaches, two learn." And we are all people that love to learn. And I
Yes.
think that's something we share with travelers.
I think that's why we love to travel, right? We like to experience new people, new places, and bring a little piece of that back home with us.
And new foods. We'll get you someplace other than a Chick-fil-A. That,
My entire wall in my office is dedicated to Chick-fil-A. I'm not shy about telling people I have probably 28,000 Chick-fil-A points. And every time I go, they know my name there, of course. And I'll drive up and they're like, well, do you want to use your points today? You could probably eat for free for the rest of the year. And I'm like, oh, no, no, I'm collecting my points. Someday you're going to offer me a Chick-fil-A franchise based on those points. And I want to be ready. So I've got them all ready to go.
Is that your life goal?
It's one of those maybe short-term goals that I don't know what it is about me. I think I just like collecting things and having those things in hold. Maybe it's a middle child syndrome thing. I don't know, but I don't feel the need to use them. And I think it's also a discussion point when I go and visit my local Chick-fil-A. And so we always get to laugh about it, and they know who I am the moment I drive up. So it's always just one of those things that it gives us both that moment of brevity. We can laugh about it.
I'll ask you one more question because I
Sure.
have two siblings.
Uh-huh.
How are you most like the middle child?
Probably in terms of hierarchy in siblings, I have a strong sense of justice. So I always want to make sure that people are getting their fair share, people are getting what's equitable for them, and that if something goes wrong, people are also held accountable. I think that's a huge trait for the middle child. I'm told that I act more like the eldest. So I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. I would take that with a grain of salt, but I'm told that I have the wherewithal and I take charge of situations like I'm the older child and take care of everybody else too.
As we've gotten older, I think the middle child in our family
Hmm.
has also become more of the one that takes charge because I'm the oldest and I'm tired of doing that now.
You're done.
Like you can go help mom with her phone.
I just spent this weekend
Oh,
helping my mom with her phone. I'll just tell you that.
you got her the jitterbug.
She's no, I don't want that. She needs to feel like she's part of the smartphone generation. So no more flip phones
Okay,
for her. She wanted a full, yeah. Now she probably knows how to use 2 or 3 apps on there, and that's it. But that is okay. That is her prerogative.
that's funny. My mom is the same way. She's Facebook or she's playing one of those slot machine games.
Yeah.
She loves those things. I'm like, listen, as long as you're doing that and not losing money somewhere,
Do you get the
I'm not going
calls
to
about
complain.
that? I clicked on this and I don't know if it costs anybody anything.
No, I have a sister that lives with mom.
There
It's
you
that.
go.
If folks want to connect to you or they have questions for you or
Mhm.
want to learn from you, how would they go about doing so?
Absolutely. They can reach out to me at lisa@visitfrisco.com, or always feel free to text or call me on my cell. And that's in my address line. So I can share that with you if anybody would like to connect. And please do connect. I do enjoy meeting new people and again, sharing new ideas. And if there's ever any information that you need from me, just like you mentioned earlier, we're always happy to be of service and help.
Business class with me.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for tuning in to Business Class. This episode was brought to you by Learn Tourism, the nonprofit academy where we advance the tourism industry with cutting edge training and sustainable practices. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to visit learntourism.org to learn more about our programs and how you can get involved. Until next time, stay curious, continue learning, and making a difference through tourism.